Welcome to Table Talk. My name's Joe Beretta.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm William Haynes.
Yes,
Yay!
you are.
That's me. How you feel about that?
I'm like
Now
really
kiss.
happy. I'm always happy when I'm sitting next to William.
Yeah, everybody is.
William Haynes. It sounds like you could have a whiskey.
It's a spell.
William
What are you
Haynes could
drinking?
be a whiskey.
What are you drinking?
William Haynes whiskey.
William Haynes
Yeah.
whiskey.
I
Or
like
Haynes whiskey. Williams whiskey.
I like
William
I like William
Williams
Haynes.
whiskey.
It's
Yeah.
cursive on the bottle.
It's like Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
That's how I'm picturing
It's
it.
100% alcohol. It's just alcohol.
Trisha Hirschberger's like a type of cheese, right?
Okay.
The Hirschberger. What's on your
Because
burger?
it sounds like
Yeah.
Munster cheese.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a Hirschberger cheese. That just sounds,
Hirschberger?
it's probably got a little. It's like zesty.
Yeah, a little zesty.
Yeah, it's really aged, the Hirschberger cheese.
Hey! That
Joe
just
Beretta.
means it tastes better. Wait, where are we
Joe
going?
That's
Beretta.
true.
What's a Joe
A
Beretta?
gun.
Really? Yeah.
A
Yeah.
gun.
Trying to
I
think of
pulled
the
out my
full name.
Beretta. Yeah, that's yeah.
I love that that's immediately where you went
Yeah.
with the gun.
It just sounds like to me it's just like a wood box. Like a Joe Beretta is just a
Joe
line of
Beretta.
wood
Wooden.
boxes.
Wood.
That's it. All right,
I'm
this is
into
the
it.
show where we talk about the things you give us on the hashtag Table Talk Twitters and the r/SourceFedNERD Reddits. Okay, let's do it. Boom.
Yay!
Starting off with from @2018 block. Would you rather be an adult that everyone saw as a child or a child that everyone saw as an adult?
I feel like that's a easy one. Child that everyone saw as an adult.
Why is that easy for you?
Because I'm just thinking about the movie Big. Because you have that sense of play, yet you have all the freedoms of an adult.
You wanna be a
can
kid
go
that
do
has-
whatever you want.
You want to be a kid that makes love to a
That
27-year-old
part of that
toy
movie is
company
creepy.
executive?
That part of that movie is creepy. But you could. I mean, like when I was a kid, I was like, I want to grow up and live in a castle that's 32 floors and there's no elevators because they scare me. It's got a spiral staircase the whole time. And I want to put one of those old people seats on it and it can have slow, medium, and fast and just like all the way up.
That sounds like fun.
It sounds awesome. These are not
Those
things
seats
that
are for
adults
old
think
people.
of. Well, but these are not things that adults think of. Like
What?
if I was a kid in an adult body, I could totally do that and it would be awesome.
Well, no, but what it's saying is
and
that
the world would thank me.
I don't think it's so much the body thing as it is you're a kid. You're one of those mature kids that people are like, that kid is an old soul.
Yeah.
And he's he's older than his years.
That
Well,
was
that would
me.
be an adult in a kid body.
Well, yeah, but it's not. I think it's not a body thing. It's just
Oh.
how people see you. So, would you rather be a kid that like people around you were like, "Oh, she's like a 30-year-old."
Oh no!
She's
in
got that kind of
in that
sensibility.
case,
She's
you
really
wanna,
mature
you
and
wanna
smart.
be again. You want to then. I still say adult body, kid mind. So however you want to phrase that, whether
Okay.
that's
Adult body.
an adult
No,
that people
because-
see as a kid.
You know how like when you work somewhere and they're like, oh, that guy's a child in a man's body. Nobody likes a man child. Well,
That's not true.
Have you met Steve
yeah,
Zaragoza?
that's like he's the best man child.
See, I find that there is. I feel like there are benefits to both sides because
Okay.
as a grown man, I like to think, and sometimes I fail
Do you
miserably.
consider yourself a grown man?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like to think that I have childlike sensibilities and that I haven't
agree.
lost that sense of fun. And sometimes it's there, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes the pressures of the real world get on my shoulders, and I become a cranky
When
old
Dad
ass.
Joe comes
Yeah.
out.
Dad Joe, no, Dad Joe's super
Joe's-
fun. Angry Dad Joe's not fun.
Uh,
But then what I like about the kid being looked at as an adult is that I just want to be a kid again because there are no responsibilities.
Yeah.
And if I knew, if I had adult mind Joe in my kid body, like I would realize you would just enjoy life so much more.
Well-
Imagine if you could just go back to the realm when
Oh,
you
yeah.
realize you have no
when food was
responsibilities.
just given to you
and
3
nothing
times
matters.
a day.
Yeah.
And
But then if you have this adult mentality, when you're in that kid body, you're worrying about all the pressures of the world anyway. So it's like,
as a little kid.
But I miss school. School was fun. I'd love to do that again.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I loved
Really?
high school. I
do not want to go back to school.
You loved high school? Did you have like a Letterman's jacket or something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
Yes, you
Joe
did.
was
Yes, you
Mr.
did.
But
High
I had a
School.
Letterman's jacket, but I wasn't like just jock guy running around. I mean, I was in pep band. I was in concert band. I was a part of.
You
I
were
was
in
an
band?
honor
You were a
roll
band
student.
geek, too.
Yeah, I did
What
everything.
instrument did you play?
Trumpet.
What instrument did you play, William?
I had a
Haynes?
flute in middle school.
Okay.
Oh, really?
A flute, and I never learned how to play. I was just like, hoo hoo hoo. I never took the time to really. That was it.
I did clarinet in middle school for like a half a year and hated it so hard that I never went back.
I loved band. I wish I could still do it.
I wanted to play drums though. Like that was my problem. Is I was bitter sitting there with a clarinet,
drums are funny because
not allowed to play drums.
No parents want their kids to play drums.
Right.
I don't think it's because they're loud. I mean, that's a big factor.
They're expensive.
But they feel like they're not learning any music when they do it, which I contend is wrong. You're learning some rhythm. You're still learning notes. You can still learn theory, and then you jump on their xylophone. Boom.
I think
learn
for
some
my
piano
parents.
skills.
Yeah, I think for my parents it was more of that instrument's more expensive to rent than the other ones, like with the school program. And I was like a foot and a half shorter than everybody else my age, and they were like, "You're not gonna lug that back and forth to school every day. Like, let's just be for real.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen."
I wish my parents had put me in piano classes instead of karate.
Yeah.
I took karate, and I was like, I don't want to beat kids up.
What?
I
wanted to take karate so bad.
You wanted to beat up the keys.
I want to beat up the keys. You know, I want to slam on them ivories like never before. Like, but you know.
So, in conclusion, I feel like there are benefits to both, but if I had to choose...
If you had to choose, what would
I
it be?
want to be I'll probably go, as much as I want to be a kid again and getting back into that world, I will go with an adult with a childlike sensibility, assuming that it's not like the irresponsible side of it. Like, there's something to be said for being an adult and getting to make your own decisions and making money and doing whatever the frick you want with it.
Yeah.
And since I have childlike sensibilities, I'm buying a slide that goes into a pool of spaghetti.
Old people's chair spiral staircase.
So I think that's mine. What's your final answer?
I want to go with the child that is an adult on the inside.
Ooh.
Because like, you know, you start early, then you get to know stuff, and who needs the kid stuff? The fun nobody needs to do all that. That's what I'm saying.
I have no clue what you said. And
I'm picturing a 5-year-old smoking right now. A 5-year-old William Moon smoking cigarettes.
All right, somebody.
Okay, I'm stealing one. Okay, here we go. Mix it up. All right, Hallie at Hallie Bash says, "I like to try to be a unique individual. What makes you you?
What makes me me?
What makes you you?
What makes me me?
I suppose all of the things that are me are the things that make me me.
Wow, this is getting a little existential.
What makes you unique?
If you weren't you, who would you be? Like,
right?
Like, if I didn't have the things that were me, would I be unique, or like would I not exist?
Oh, now it's philosophy. Now we're really getting into it.
Who am I?
I guess let's say it as, what's your favorite thing that's unique about you?
You should tell each other. Like Joe, you should tell Will what makes him unique.
I don't know enough about Will. I know that Will is he's got this laid back flow, and he is secretly really funny.
Secretly, I think that just means
he keeps
not
it
funny.
on the DL. No, Will keeps it on the DL. He lets it out in spurts only to select individuals who've earned it.
And the thing about
It's
Will
gold,
that
but
I'm
you gotta
finding
earn it.
is that, like, you put Will in a situation with the people that are usually sitting at this table, and SourceFed was kind of built on 6 people that were kind of fast talkers, a lot of energy and stuff like that. And then Will, just like, it's like he downshifts.
You smooth it on out.
You take the pace and you slow it down a little bit, and that's not a bad thing.
Oh,
it's a
really?
good thing. You give us a unique flow here at the table.
Yeah.
You guys are really like, that's just my thing. I'm like, man, you guys have like so many jokes, like bam, bam, bam. And I'm still on the first one, like, didn't you think that, like, is George Bush still president? Like, in my head, it's, yeah.
I feel like Will brings the beautiful, and I say this in the nicest way, a beautiful awkward smooth.
Oh, thank you.
It's super smooth, but it's got a little unique flavor on it. That little
smooth.
awkward. He's an awkward smooth, and I love it.
Smooth.
Now, Will, you do Trisha.
What? Okay. Trisha, I like how you say, like, how you refer to everybody, like, hey, baby. It made me feel good.
Oh, I do. I'm lovely to everybody.
I don't know why. Like, you're so lovely to everyone. I remember you was like, how are you doing, baby? And I, like, almost cried. I was like, I'm a baby.
You're so sweet. Some people get really offended when I do that.
Really?
Don't be smoking.
Oh,
You should be smoking.
I
He's
wanted a
just
cigar.
smooth. That's
I was
his
going to go with
smooth.
cigar.
That's
Is there
his
cigars
smooth.
better? Yeah.
All right, Trisha, Joe.
You both do me at the same time. Go.
Okay. Joe is crazy. Joe does have that childlike sensibility for sure, while at the same time being responsible. And you never cease to amaze me in that respect, Joe. I think of someone that's as wacky as Joe, being like, oh God, that person's going to reproduce and have to make kids and bring them up. But Joe is amazing at both.
Yes.
When you hear Joe talk to his daughter on the phone, it is the cutest, most heartwarming thing I've ever heard in my life, and I love it so much.
When I scold her in front of everybody?
Well, but
shouldn't do that.
But your scolding is not, you shouldn't do that. It's, well, let's think about the choices you made. And it's adorable.
True.
Then I go home and I steal her Halloween candy.
And then record it for Jimmy Kimmel.
I remember this Thanksgiving, since I was here in LA and my family is wherever they are, I was like, oh, I don't have anywhere to go. Oh, well. And then you invited me and Darren to your house.
That's right. You guys came over.
Aww.
And we watched football. And I watched more sports with you than I have with my own father, which is strange. But it's cool. And I appreciated you taking me in your home. Your wife made a bunch of food that I ate. And then I sat on your couch for hours. It was that.
Then we did like a bunch of weird sex stuff.
We did. You put it in places I never had anything in before.
After the kids went to bed.
After the kids went to bed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
responsible.
making sure.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hayden came down the stairs. She was like, Daddy, what's going on? He said, go back upstairs. Think about your actions. That's what happened.
Yeah. Amazeballs.
Let's get a new one.
You didn't get one, right?
Ow, that hurt my hand.
Yeah, you aggressively went for that.
I did.
This bowl, I don't think this bowl is made for aggression.
I don't like this one. What have you learned today? Jack, I'm smart off the bat, man. I ain't gotta learn nothing.
Chaos Slayer.
I already knew stuff, man. I came out the womb with all the knowledge. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
You leave? Okay, bye.
I know stuff.
Okay.
That's my...
You don't have no water left?
You knew that, though.
I'm sorry.
I learned more about nanotechnology today because I was reading about it this morning.
Was that battery thing?
Yeah, well, it started researching. This is what happens with me in the mornings here. Start researching one thing for a news story, and then I find 6 other different articles that I'm like, oh, like I'll find like one half a sentence, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. I wonder what that is. And then I find a whole thing on that, and then that leads me to something else. And
Oh, okay.
I'm learning myself every day.
Tech stuff.
Love it. Love it.
You already know everything. You didn't learn anything?
No, I did learn something. I learned about that Japan has a basketball team, and they...
You didn't know!
You did learn that today!
Not just they have a basketball league, not just a team.
League.
It's a league.
They have a bunch of different teams.
It's the Japanese NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so to you, this was like a Jamaican bobsled team.
I like, what is this? Like... Oh, and like they import black people to be on their team.
Hilarious. He was looking at the screen because Raina informed him of this, and he's looking at the screen and he was literally going, 1 black person, 2 black person. Then what he didn't realize is that they're all black people because they just take basketball players that can't hack it in the NBA, and they take them over there.
Hilarious.
And then there's a spattering of Japanese and like really tall white guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They import them. They're like outsourcing Americans.
Are you going to become a fan now?
I might. I don't even watch American basketball, but because that might be really funny, just to see them running down the court, I might actually watch it one time. This is better than anime.
You guys should do a Japanese basketball league association club.
We should.
That'd be
this
awesome.
week.
Yep. What'd you learn today, Joe?
I learned that my washing machine has a just final spin cycle setting, and I utilized it, and it made me really happy because I washed my comforter.
What's just final mean?
So there's final spin on a washing machine. Stick with me here. It's the last thing that happens when you wash something. So you do the rinse.
Yeah. It like dries it.
You go through everything. So
really
then you
fast.
do the final spin. But when you do a comforter, it holds the water for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I opened it up, and it was like 40 pounds. And I was like, F this. This is going to ruin my dryer. I don't want to ruin my dryer because I'm a responsible old man that doesn't want to have to buy another dryer. Then I was pressing buttons and stuff. And then I realized if I turn my little clicky thing all the way to the left, it says just spin. And I can just do the final spin.
Spin it again.
Spun some more water out. Threw it in my dryer.
Wow.
Dried it. Laid that comforter on my bed. Chores done, son.
Good job, bro.
Only in America. I need less water in my blanket so I can dry it better. Yeah.
That's what I learned. Wow.
That was good. Oh, you know what else we learned today? We all learned together today astrological stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Scorpio. I'm really good at sex.
Yeah, that is actually what the site said.
Yep.
And you can't date Geminis or something like that?
Oh yeah, I don't date Geminis. I learned that from experience, and then astrology confirmed it. I've never been a big astrology person.
Like I said, it sounded like you believed in it.
No. I've never been a big astrology person. Then I moved to LA, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're a this." Everyone here takes it so seriously. But just funny enough, as it goes along, you're like, oh, that's kind of true. And I know most of the time they're just so vague that they're true for everybody. Like, I get it. It's still kind of fun. So Lee this morning started reading everybody's signs and what it means. Then we were comparing everyone's love signs, and it was funny. Joe's really good at sex, apparently.
Every different site didn't need astrology to tell me that. I feel like
true.
Every different site has like 10 different things, so it's like a Scorpio or these 10 things, and then you read them, and then you see one thing that you connect with, and it's like, yeah, it's right! It's right! Everything's about this is me!
You are smart! Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Yep!
And then that's the thing, you find the one thing that you are, and then you only focus on the other good things.
Yeah.
How is it so accurate for everyone's relationships, then? Same thing?
I think you're still just reading the
just reading too into it.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Steve and Sarah one was spot on.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah.
I missed it.
Spot on. Cole Sellers at Bob Mandude says, should America keep the penny?
No.
Hashtag table talk.
Let's stop making the penny. I don't know what we do with all the
Everybody
old ones.
round up.
Yeah, I mean...
We can make sculptures out of old pennies.
Yeah, we can.
Like, I get it, but like...
It's a money-saving thing. Apparently it costs more to make a penny than a penny's actually worth.
So silly.
Then why don't we cut them in half?
Okay.
We start making half a penny. The penny's gonna be thinner than a penny.
But then you're still keeping the penny. Why keep the penny?
I like change exactly. Like, you ever go to like a gas station or something and they have to give you change and they're like, oh, I don't have any pennies, and then they just got your cent. That's just big corporations. Uncle Sam is in my butt once again, taking my penny.
He wants your pennies?
He's not in your pocket. He's in your butt.
He's in my butt. He's up my anal cords, taking my money.
What?
If Uncle Sam takes more of my
Anal
pennies,
cords?
yes, that is a part of the body. If he takes more of my pennies over time, over my life, he'll like have a whole $1. Is that what you want?
Well, why don't they just only charge $1 for things instead of 99 cents?
Well, Obama.
Obama.
Why don't you charge exact?
That's what we're saying.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Table Talk. If you want to submit topics for future Table Talk, you can do that on Twitter via hashtag Table Talk or on Reddit r/SourceFed. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm William Haynes.
You're going to be okay.
I just give me my penny.
Uncle Sam gets out
In
your
my
anal
anal
cords.
cords.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to ask him to check my anal cords, and I'm just going to record his look, and I'm going to vine it.
And send it to William.
He's going to be like, oh, you got some pennies in your anal cords, all right?
Okay.